Today, we'll be flying on this Boeing 777-200ER from Chicago to Vienna with Austrian Airlines in business class. Our adventure begins at Chicago O'Hare Terminal 5. Check-in was a breeze, and we were invited to the SAS Lounge. But I did my homework and found out that the very best lounge in O'Hare is the United Polaris Lounge. Since we had an international business class ticket within the Star Alliance, we fit the only entry criteria. The only problem was the Polaris Lounge is located in Terminal 1. This meant traveling between the terminals landside twice and going through security 2 times as well. Security in Terminal 1 was very efficient, and it took us around 20 minutes from Terminal 5 to get to the lounge. The Polaris Lounge is the closest thing to a first-class lounge that United has to offer, and it was packed. This made filming impossible. It offers a variety of seating options, some amazing apron views, a buffet and the a la carte dining room, shower suites, and a well-stocked bar. Unfortunately, we only had around 30 minutes to enjoy the lounge, which was a real bummer. Normally, there is a bus service between Terminals 1, 2, 3 and Terminal 5 for transit passengers, which would eliminate the second security check. But this service was not operational, so we had to backtrack the way we came and go through the incredibly slow security at Terminal 5. It's worth noting that O'Hare will soon start with an $8.5 billion overhaul. We just made it to the gate on time for boarding. I've lived in Vienna for 31 years, and this was the first time flying my home carrier in business class, so it's safe to say that I was excited about this flight. Austrian Airlines has Boeing 777s and 767s in their long-haul fleet. Their seats are similar to those you will find in the Swiss A330s, but Austrian tries to stick out from the Lufthansa Group pack by offering excellent catering with some Austrian quirkiness. The cabin alternates between a 1-to-1 and 2-to-2 configuration. Since we were traveling as a couple, we chose the middle seats in row 1 because of the larger footwell in the bulkhead. This was possible due to our senator status with Miles & More. Rows 1 and 2, including the throne seats, are reserved for Senator and Han members until check-in starts. The flight was fully booked, but there was enough space for everyone's luggage in business class. The friendly crew brought multiple rounds of pre-departure drinks consisting of water and orange juice. Let's take a closer look at the seat, starting with the 15-inch touchscreen IFE. Right underneath it is a flap that offers a little bit of storage space. Below that, we have the large bulkhead footwell only found in rows 1 and 8. Between the 2 screens is some storage space for your shoes, with 2 magazine racks above it. Bottle holders and coat hooks complete the front console. The plane is not fitted with individual air vents. The tray table is released by this button and folds out to a sturdy surface. It's minimally adjustable and can't be turned enough to leave the seat while the table is out. In fact, only my seat offers that possibility, since I could lower my left armrest. My fiancée next to me did not have that luxury. The seat is controlled with this touchscreen panel, and the air cushioning of the seat back can be adjusted in firmness. Underneath this flap is the minimalist IFE remote. It has a gaming pad, a few buttons, and a small pointer that works like a mouse. We'll get to that later. This tiny cubby housed the Amenity Kit, and above it you'll find the universal outlet, USB plug, and headphone jack. The reading lamp was not very adjustable and only had 1 brightness level. I mostly used it to park my headphones when I was not wearing them. Like I mentioned before, this armrest could be lowered. I just got stage fright while filming. Pre-departure drinks were served, and after takeoff we received a hot towel, a welcome sight indicating that things are slowly returning back to normal. I'll add the menu here quickly. If you want to read them, then please pause the video. We tried both starters, the roast beef and the new style caprese, presented on Austrian's iconic triangular plates. I'm not a foodie, so I won't pretend to be one. I enjoyed the roast beef more than the caprese. The meat was tender and tasty. The tomatoes that came with the caprese did not taste like much. Like I mentioned before, Austrian Airlines tries to stand out with their meal service and catering. While the food is still provided by DO&CO, the onboard chefs that used to prepare the meal instead of the cabin crew have been relieved of their duties for the time being. But good news, Austrian Airlines is bringing back the chefs come June 2022. Also, the iconic appetizer trolley that used to roll through the aisles was nowhere to be seen. I really hope this changes soon, as those features made flying with Austrian unique when it comes to the Lufthansa group. This way, the meal service was very comparable to Swiss or Lufthansa. As our mains, we chose the stuffed chicken and the 3-cheese ravioli. While tasty, both dishes weren't particularly memorable. The ravioli portion was quite small in my opinion. What did stand out was the spectacular crew on this flight. The flight attendants were very friendly and super proactive. Drinks were refilled regularly and I could choose from the bread selection multiple times. Cheese and dessert were accompanied by the coffee house above the clouds. Austria, but Vienna in particular, has a well-known coffee house tradition, and Austrian Airlines has a very unique selection of coffee specialties you won't find on any other airline. I went for a melange, which is similar to a cappuccino. It tasted delicious and reminded me of home. After dinner, it was time to check out the lavatories. In here, the aircraft age of almost 25 years really shows. Nothing notable here except for a few extra amenities. Except for the blanket and pillow, no other sleeping amenities were provided. This is consistent in the Lufthansa group, with Lufthansa itself being the only exception by providing a mattress pad and sleep shirt in business class. Nevertheless, the bed is long and wide enough to fit this 6'1", 1.87 m tall side sleeper. I feel like I profit from the larger footwells, and that is why I always try the scorer seat in the bulkhead. Due to the 4 p.m. departure, I wasn't really tired and only managed to sleep for 2 hours. So I took a look at the entertainment system. The screen is not adjustable and very glossy, but gets quite bright, so it wasn't a big issue on this flight, especially in the dark cabin. The cursor on the remote worked surprisingly well. The system was quite responsive, but the selection was very mediocre. The provided noise-canceling on-ear headphones that are also available for premium economy passengers are nothing special. Luckily, there is a stereo aux jack next to the screen, which makes connecting your own headphones a breeze. I enjoyed watching James Bond with my AirPods Max connected to the AirFly Pro. If you want to find out more about that product, I'll link a video that I made in the description box. Shortly before landing, breakfast was served, which was good as far as airplane breakfast goes. The Amenity Kit bag says Schuhsackerl, which means shoe bag and can be repurposed as such. The contents were the bare essentials you need for a long-haul flight. I'm always very excited to see what the Amenity Kit is like on every trip, as this part of the flight is always unknown until you reach your seat. If you want to see how TAP Portugal's kit stacked up against Austrian Airlines', then click this video to continue watching. Thank you so much for watching, happy travels, and see you soon.